Brazy, hello, hello, hello. Derpy, hello. How's everyone doing, folks? Good to have everyone present. I'm looking for some material while we're waiting for all the awesome humans together. ¿Cómo estás? Indeed, ¿cómo estás? Ooh, hello. This could be it. Okay. Okay. Malcolm. Oh, Brazy, that sounds fun, man. Go you is all I can say. Go you. Have I ever eaten? Eated? What the hell is eated, bro? Aren't you a native English speaker? You couldn't even have possibly fat fingered that. All right. Have you ever eaten an entire pizza, or is that a North American thing only? No, no, no. Of course I have. Who hasn't? Like, I don't even understand the question. I don't even understand the question there. Alright, so before we have got some game submissions today, what I thought we would do is that we would have a red hot look at the Philidor. And within the Philidor, there is a particular line that I thought is deserving our attention. Starting chess, welcome in. And that line is going to be none other than the none other line. So I will show you what I'm talking about. Let's go. We're going to kick off with our good friend Shirov. We are going to kick off with our good friend Shirov. Guess the move. Wait, what? Why did it not copy the name of the players? Hello? What? Wait, that was weird. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. what do I think about the Owens defense? You don't want to hear it, brother. The Dutch is fine. Okay, so the line that we're going to look at is going to be this wild one with g4. Hands up if you've ever played this, or if you think that this is wild enough that we should be giving it a rapid go. Normal humans stop eating when they are full, not when there is no more food left. Yes, that is not necessarily a bad observation. I have to say that I am homeless brings way too much rationality to this chat. Way too calm, collected, and measured, and smart, and who wants those things in life, really? Right, so they took their pawn. We went rook g1, they went knight f6, and we went bishop c4. So now at the cost of a pawn, we have accelerated our development, and black is struggling with putting the bishop on e7 due to rook g7. These are the good news. The bad news is that we lost the pawn. No, I'm joking, homeless. I'm joking. I'm joking. It's all good, brother. It is absolutely a-okay. I need you today because I had an absolutely gutting tennis session. And an hour after I came off the court, I walked off the court, I'm still sweating as I sit here. So, yeah. Anyway, h6 played. Knight g5 had to be dealt with. Bishop e3, c6. And the vast majority of chess players here take on e5. And interestingly enough, our machine disapproves. And our machine wants us to play bishop back. So it's interesting that DED is followed by queen e2. So you would wonder, why not queen e2 right away? And the answer is b5, bishop b3, and bishop a6. And what I'm wondering about is that what is it about DED that makes this not doable? So if we compare that and we go DED here and b5, turns out that this is totally doable. So we don't have an answer. In other words, we don't have a reason to take on e5. But this is how most Grandmaster games go. They must know something that I don't. And then they play queen d3. Now this is a very dirty trap. Very dirty trap. Hey Jazz, incidentally, b5, bishop back and bishop a6 is still your engine's favorite setup here. And after castles, queen a5, the machine is actually happier to be black than white. What do we think about this? Oh, code in the house! Why do I have a feeling that soon we will have games to look at? Yes, Philly, yeah. That's pretty much the size of it, correct. But black instead played here queen c7, which is actually a game-losing blunder, no less. Which is quite a claim. So what is the what is the punishment? Indeed, chess is hard. What the hell? These are the correct words. These are the correct words. Man with head of dog. Zug Addict is in the house. Wow. So check is the move. Check is the move. And very, very, very annoyingly for black, King E8 here is not playable on account of Queen E6 check, which is going to be our next game that we're going to look at. And now if Bishop E7, then Rook G7. And this looks pretty dire. Queen D6 check here, and I guess Rook D1. Yeah. And things are not looking exactly rosy. Although Rook F8 is still available. I guess Queen B3. Yeah, this is getting very, very gnarly, right? And then we go back. Ay. Yeah, this is brutal, man. This is brutal. And alternatively, if I go King D8, which I believe is gonna be next game, then we just castle and black can't move a piece. Hee, man. This is dark. This is dark. Any comments on this? YouTube, what do you reckon? Tindy! Tindy in the house. Welcome in, brother. How's it going? There is no immediate knockout, bearing in mind that 95 is a threat though, so that's quite knocking out-ish. But yeah, there is no move left in the tank for black. Yeah, I think 95 we can consider it easily a knockout, right? So this is how the game went. After take, check, they went King E7 to avoid all this cockaful. But as luck would have it, g'day, it is out of the frying pan into the fire. What do we do now, folks? Oh, my man Levy is streaming. We're getting a raid, folks. We are getting a big raid today. I'm guessing he's promoting his second book. Good on him. Yeah, Zogatic 95 is definitely the way to go there, yeah. So what do we do here? Oh, hello. The Playful Bot has subbed on YouTube. Legend. Castle is not good enough now. We need to strike the iron while it's hot. After castle's knight b6, black gets to finish development and we lose. Okay, I'm jumping the gun there a bit. Like, we are not gonna lose, but yeah, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Oh shit. Somehow I disabled chat on YouTube. I don't see the YouTube chat. Yeah, Tindy said castle too, but that's wrong. We need to... Oh, the playful bot says knight h4 and GG. The playful bot is an aggressive bot. I like that guy. Yes, knight h4 is the way to go because it creates a double threat of checkerinos. Knight b6 played. But this means that now we just mow down the board and we win. And black resigned the game. That was a bit of an anticlimax, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, so next game, same story, same opening. Wow, who would have thought that you can get a Philidor out of this move order? No, I never played a Philidor in classical chess as black. It's because I have these things called standards. I mean, it's not that bad. Like, Tingo is a big fan of it, has been lately. Shankland, and has scored respectively with it. Especially if you consider the type of positions he got out of the opening, not actually the score that he got in the game. So takes again. Rook g1 back, bishop c4, h6, bishop b3, all standard, c6, and takes again. No playful, but these are Grandmaster games, as you can see. Why is it? No, I was just joking, but it's too passive for my liking. I don't really think it ever got a bad reputation per se. Like, it was always thrown in. And, like, there are some lines that are supposedly very good for white, but there's hardly any advantage in it despite its appearance. Like, the ED4 lines are meant to be very good for white. And I'm still struggling to find a clear advantage. I don't think it was ever considered to be particularly bad. It was just perhaps considered a little bit unambitious. Queen c7, they sucked in the same thing, and now we're going to have a look at this position. This is a little bit of an improved version of what we looked at earlier, because the rook is not in g7. It's like everything is happening a little bit slower. But even this position seems to be untenable for black. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that lion thing. YouTube usually is 10 seconds behind. I don't know why, but thank you. Appreciate that. Be right back showering, says the man with the OnlyFans account. The Playful Bot, what's your rating, buddy? I'm curious now. Yeah, the bot winning English is not the end of the world. Okay, what do we do? Let's convert this. Okay, white to move. White to move. Rook takes d6 is a bit early days. It's a bit early days, but as you will see, it might become a thing. So here, you know what? I take it back. It absolutely shreds. It absolutely shreds. The game first saw queen f7. Trying to provoke black to move the knight and then take and then win the queen. And after b5, did they play rook takes d6. Maybe you could argue that this was a touch more accurate. Yeah? What do we do? I love to ask what do we do in positions like this because virtually every move wins. So what is your way of winning? Courtney, hello. How are you going? Oh, the game that you sent me? Holy Moses. I mean, apart from the fact that it was in London, the rest was insanely good. .95 is second best. It gives you an advantage of 2.2. A3 first, almost +6. Oh, I didn't say no more gambits. I just said limited gambits. Now 95. The big difference is that after king c7, bishop f4, king d6, now we have rook d6, which we wouldn't have had without a3 because the queen was covering it. And it's ever so slightly awkward to defend this. I guess this would be a pretty nifty finish here. Oh! Yay. Cheers to that one! Cheers to that one. Okay, one more time. This was absolute massacre. So if in this position I go king here, then knight b4 is gonna be pretty dark. Eek. AMR Hassan, preferably on my ChessCom account, following the prompts, which again, for whatever reason, don't seem to appear. So I need to boot up my Streamlabs dashboard. Oh no, it did boot. Yes, that's right, the king and the queen are both getting mated. Yeah, this is some sensational lines. So, yeah. White instead played knight e7 because he preferred to attack the heavies. It's a fair bit lame, but what can we do? Yeah, this is lame. That's not how you're supposed to win this chess game, but whatever. Yeah, shame on them. What is code mode? Well, apart from the fact that you can see the name of the players at the bottom and top of the board, the answer is no. No, it was not. No, it was not. But code plays exactly like this, so it could have been. It easily could have been. Does my mood impact my chess ability? I don't know, maybe. I mean, I haven't been playing over the board chess for ages, and no one gives a single toss about online. Shouldn't. So I don't know how to respond to that. Okay, here comes the final attack, and then we are going to move on to Throwbacks. Howdy, thank you. Good to have you on board, brother. Okay, let's have a look at this. Brkicante, he was a teammate of mine in the Croatian team championship for a year or two. I am actually 29 Hundo Blitz, so I'm about 150 rating points overrated in that department. Do you miss competing? No. Sometimes a little, but not enough so that I would return to it. So I suppose the answer remains a no. Because I enjoy coaching more. Could I be Jan Lee? I'm guessing you are referring to Crazy House with that one. So h6, black doesn't accept the sacrifice, and we go like, okay, baby, let's go. This is super duper aggressive. I did beat Jan Lee, by the way, in Crazy House, but I think my score would be realistically against him something like 20-1 on a good day. Like, the guy is an absolute beast. ZJ. Bishop e7. Bishop c4, obvious. Castles. And now it's our turn to begin the business. White to move, please. Throw at me your best moves. If you no-lived chess for the next 10 years, do you think you could become a GM? I don't know what no-lived means, but yeah, I don't know what you are suggesting there. Okay, bishop takes f7 with knight e6, knight e9 here is an interesting idea, and it's usually bad, and this is a no exception here kind of thing, because yeah, we are falling apart here very, very big time. Knight f3, bishop g4 is on, queen is gonna take. This is not what you want. That's a good way to lose the initiative and completely botch an attack. If it feels wrong, then don't say it, because if it feels wrong, it's likely wrong. Play the move instead, Cody, that feels right. What feels right? Very similar darkened blade, but it's obviously a touch more aggressive. So there is that. Queen f3 seems to be hanging d4, right? So let's not sacrifice that pawn. Rook g1 is the correct move. Well done. Yes, knight d5 is wrong on multiple accounts, Courtney, because A, it doesn't distract the knight. 2, even if it did, I have a second knight to step up to f6 if the need arises, plus we blundered the knight at g5, so that's a lot of no's in one sentence. It's like me with my dating proposals. I'm getting an awful lot of no's. Take, 95. Oh no, Zugedik, to 2900 I am only like 550 on the ChessCom ranking system. No, it doesn't actually, ZJ, because Rook f7 defends Rook g7. Rook g1 is just putting the rook on the right file and covering the knight. That's it. Should date a chess player. That's the first rule of dating, my friend. Don't date a chess player. There are 2 occasions in life when you don't date a chess player. One of them is when you are a chess player, and so you shouldn't date a chess player. And the second time when you don't date a chess player is when you are not a chess player, in which case the same rule applies. You should not date a chess player. These are the 2 occasions. Any other time, go for your life. Now, Cody, but she's unique and special. No, it doesn't put me on top 300, no. It's surprising how dense the field becomes between the 29 and to 3100. Like, I think it's a very, very rich segment or zone or section of the rating ladder. Right, so 95 played, bishop e2 has to be played to stop the check and also to not lose the bishop. Knight g4 played, white to move, keep going. I think h3 may be ill-advised on account of bishop takes g5, yeah? Ayamar Hassan, f4 is close. The problem is that you want to preserve f4 to kick the knight, right? And if you play f4, they take, and then you have to take this way, and you can't kick the knight on e5. But you're very close. Tindy on the money. He came back from the Shava. He recorded his OnlyFans video for this week. And now he's refreshed, charged, ready to strike. h4, bishop f6. Now that's a bit annoying. Knight f3 has been put back on the map. What do we do? Tindy, how is the OF business going, brother? I always thought that that was a mostly ladies only enterprise. Top 10% of creators. Yeah, I like it when they call themselves creators too. That's quite something. Creators. Printing money, boss. Yeah, in the part of the world where I live, I like to call someone like Bernini a creator. But hey, it is what it is. Queen d1 indeed. Sometimes going backwards is the only way to go forward. What this move does is that it removes the queen from the double check, and it threatens f4, which hits both knights. The axiom that chess coach tells you all the time, that knights guarding each other is almost always not good, now comes to life and presents itself in its full truth. Yes, except when you do. Knight h6 forced, bishop e3. And now white has a hell of an attack. Queen d2, castles, f4, kill, kill, kill. Bishop d7, f4, no brainer. Knight c6, queen d2. ZJ coming in strong, ladies.
Seems good.
Cheers, buddy. Not sure if that was a reference to my general outlook or the moves. Yeah, Tindy, because you need to go back with aggression. There are multiple ways of going backwards, and my way is the only way. $95 look tempting. At which point, buddy? Here? I agree. But I like this tucking the king away first and then take it from there. I mean, this is desperation, but castles fought by 95 was looking absolutely dire. Okay, what do chess players play in this position? Cody, Tindy in particular, I'm curious about your takes. But everyone else, of course, is also invited. Time to castle. Indeed. Indeed, it is time to castle. Bishop c4 is also good. Regrettably, I have to give credit to Tindy. Hate to do that. Hate to do that. Castles is perfectly fine. The point is that takes is essentially unplayable on account of take, and then g6, bishop check, kill. So, they played queen e7, trying to defend the 7th rank. And white actually played the best move according to the machine. No one is going to get this right. Broken clocks deserve credit too. Yeah. That's what you're telling your OnlyFans subscribers too? Hey buddy, do you remember me from Central Africa? Azes, I'm not gonna lie to you because that would make me look like a bad person. I do not remember you, but I am super happy that you are with us, apparently, again. Something vaguely rings a bell, but if you had asked me without the Central Africa component, hey, do you remember me? I would have been absolutely busted and stumped. Courtney, get out of here right now. I just said no one is gonna get this, and then she casually goes, F5 coach, let's go. Like, what? Dude, where did that come from? How often do I visit Central Africa? Yeah. Not my most frequently visited hunting grounds, but, you know, every now and then. F5. That's, Courtney, how you get a date for yourself. That's how you override the thesis of don't date chess players. If you uncork F5, if you flip out F5, I think that's the correct figure of speech here, you deserve a date. 2 of them, in fact. And then comes knight h3 for the second time, an abysmal retreat. How sad is that? How sad is that? I mean, granted, this looks pretty sexy, right? And yeah, that's just falling apart. So after knight e5, knight f4, can someone detect what our main threat is? For example, I play c6. No, actually, with that up, yeah, okay, after c6 we have a super sexy finish. It's almost begging to be played. Ah, Zugedict. Here we go. Here we go. Takes, check, here takes, and everything is falling. Whoa, Cody! That is wild, man. But there's no need for it, by the way, because you can just go knight g6, double up on the g and win. So they took... We went takes, takes. I need another good move. Zugadikt, any day, buddy, any day. It's an honor to have you, brother. Oh, Mr. Landau is in the house. This is the third and last backward move that is absolutely brilliant. Knight g5 backward move, nice one. Queen d3. Yes, queen d2 is the move. That is a hell of a sexy backward going move. King h7. And now white again found the best move on the board. Rook g6 is very tempting, but it's actually not good because of queen h4. Black is not in trouble. Black is dead lost. We are past trouble. But rook g6 is called by everyone. It's not good, guys. Now we have to win the game again. Yes, damn photons. Rook g4 is the move. Rook g4 is the move. Can't take because of bishop d3. And if I move the queen back, that's when rook g6 decides. Not bad. I think we had a very good session there about the Philidor. And now we are moving on to torturing our good friend Mr. Code. Okay, uno, dos. Let's start with this one. Chess players, what is the correct move here? D5, thank you very much. That's not a Benoni, it is just a D5. Always grab the space when you can type of move. Yeah, very good. Okay, C3. Haven't we seen this? For a lot of reasons, it is not a Benoni Chameleon Eyes. Because I'm pretty sure I told you on multiple occasions that D5 here is forced. Like, you don't play D5, you don't get to talk to ladies for 2 weeks. That's how it works. YouTube lag is real. Nothing I can do with it, buddy. Sorry. Maybe refresh. Yeah, so the benefit of not having c4 is that you get to e-card that square for your knight. But c3 is fine. Yeah, good. You should smack your head and also stay away from your lady for 2 weeks as a punishment. Queen b6. If you don't play knight d5, I'm going to scream. Thank you. Holy. Very good. I think I would have played bishop e3 first, but I'm gonna let this slide because I'm a gentleman. Wait, what? Why don't we take this and just castle like a chess player? No, Chameleon, it depends on the context. But typically, if they play c5 before you play c4, then white tends to follow up in most cases with not playing c4 but knight c3. Kodinsky, why are we not taking this, brother? Oh no, Cody's an exception, Tindy. He's married, so... And besides, he is a stellar-looking fella. Like yourself. You two are exceptions. Shredded girth club members. It's like not the usual. You thought you were winning the queen. Now, ironically, that is the biggest punishment you can ask for. Because if I were black here, I would consider giving up the queen for this. I feel like this is nowhere near as fun. Obviously, white is winning here, but you have to work for it, yeah? Also, I don't see how you are winning the queen after queen g6. Like, what? Or queen f5. Like, how is this queen gonna be won? I think you just botched it, bro. Like, take d7 and castle. Like, keep it simple. Then you take the bishops. So how does this make any sense at all? You spent 3 moves in relocating my queen in a safe square and retaining black's castling rights. Bro, like, black would pay you money to do this. Like, how is this good for you? Compared to, see you castling rights, welcome to the middle, my good old friend, and welcome to Slaughterhouse. And this king is still, queen is exposed to 14,000 tactical threats. I don't understand how it made sense to you. Little tactic codes, take, check. Just because you have been complaining to me that lately you are missing lots of easy tactics. So I thought I would point this one out. Yeah, sadly, Courtney, that was not the right idea in that context. Okay, little to say about this. Apart from the fact that if this opponent is 1500, you have no business whatsoever to be 1500. Okay, let me see the other one. Yeah, I don't like this at all. This opening sucks. So why did you submit it if it's old? Yeah, I don't like this opening at all. You should be playing here d4, by the way. For starters. And I think that white is worse here. Because with f4 thrown in, your whole entire structure is gonna be wonky as hell. Yeah, man. Like, what's happening with this guy now? Yeah, I would almost like to pretend that this game never happened. Ugh. How can you block the commercials without being a sub? You got absolutely gutted, buddy, here. And yet, here we are. Winning the game. Freaking hell. It's a daily, Courtney. It's a daily. It's like a long date. I like the fact that you gave up here the rook and you went after f7 and d7. That was a very neat choice. You played some very nice moves and then you shat the bed again. Why wouldn't you trade queens here, buddy? Like, hello? How is this not good enough? Because he wanted to sack. Sack what? The game. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Black has rook f7 and then check and then pick off this. And you're happy if you're not worse. What are you doing, man? I don't understand. Like, the move itself doesn't make any sense to begin with. Because the queen is not hanging, the bishop is not hanging, this check is hanging. Right? That's the only threat on the board. Oh, yeah, but that's not on because the queen blocks it, and that's La La Land anyway. Okay, you homeless, I need you here every stream, man. You read these minds brilliantly. But this is not even a threat. Were you hoping that they would suck this in? Oh, man. The hope chess. The hope, and in a daily. This is playing for cheapies, brother. This is the old you. I'm proud of you for spotting the tactic. That's great. But playing for it when it's not even threatened right now, so black outright has to be a total potato to fall for it. That's, yeah. That's poor show, brother. Milo Borisi. Yeah, this was piss poor. Queen f5. And of course we win the game with this dog shit. Oh my god. Yeah, that was bad, man. That was bad. This sack was great. I really liked this one. And all the build-up is great here. But yeah, this had to be a queen trade every day of the week. Classic. Classic. Yes, Cheetah. try to analyze those positions and try to understand plans and get better at them. That's my piece of advice. Contrary to common misconceptions, close positions in many ways are easier to play than semi-open and open ones, because there is a lot less to calculate and there is a lot more strategizing going on, which is easier to work out rather than when you have to combine the two. It's a bit like driving at night with zero traffic or driving during the day when cars are all around and you really have to watch what the hell is going on.
Boomski.
Boomski! Boomski, Mr. Tikari.
Boomski.
How are you going, man? Phil, I don't know. I think I don't think so. I do think that most of my viewers are higher rated than that. But maybe I shouldn't be doing that. I don't know. That's a very good call, Mr. Homeless. Yeah, just send it, brother. Homeless is telling you, Cheetah, that you need to look at Spassky close Sicilian games, and that's a good call. Well, obviously the Blumenfeld complements the Nimzo, so it's a great combo. Obviously it's a great combo. But you can also combine it with the Benoni if you are that way inclined. So there are multiple avenues available. You are most welcome. You are most welcome. Who are you rooting for in the candidates? I think Anish is my boy. Dude, you are unstoppable and you're not bragging? The fuck? What? How is this possible, Cody, that you are playing a rapid game against a person who is rated 1, 2, 3? Dude, you don't have your ratings set? What? Never mind. Never mind. Sincerely hoping for anyone but Anish. Well, Brazy, there we go. There we go. Why would you play G6 here? Can you explain, Cody, to someone slightly more deranged than most why we're playing G6 instead of E5 like a chess move? And the irony is that the engine's favorite move is G6 and I'm still calling bullshit on it. Like, what's the point? If you explain it to me, I will let it fly. Slide, rather. Coach, what is happening with the world champs lately? What do you mean? You're afraid of bishop h5. Isn't that met by g6? What? Hello, what? e5, bishop h5, g6? What are you afraid of, bro? What? Smoothly! Oh la la! The big guns are present. What is there to be afraid of, this buddy? This, I would pay money to see this. Please, please play bishop h5. Why would you stop this utter garbage? I don't get this. Right? Like bishop h5, g6. Get out of my game. Well, Ding has essentially retired and Gukesh is... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The poor guy is... Yeah, a wreck. What's your beef with Anish, Brady? I'm dying to know that. What's the problem? So, Cody, since this is a 15-minute game, I need to ask you this. When you say I was afraid of bishop h5, what line did you calculate / present to yourself that made this a valid fear? Is Gukesh eating it? I don't know what you mean by that, but I think the correct answer to that question is a yes. I think he is. And I think he's eating it big time too. Well, Fabiano would be a worthy taker, yes. But it doesn't matter, mate. What? H6. Why? Why, brother? Center development. Move, move, move. Why would you want to kick this knight? It's a piece of poo. Ah, smoothly, he is losing games in abundance without... No, brother. The kick the knight applies to develop knights, not the already kicked knights. This is already a kicked knight. It doesn't need more kicking. The next knight you want to kick is actually this one. So if you had played the bishop f5 with the idea of d4, I would have been like, yes, bring it. But e5, why that before knight c6? I don't know, Courtney. It just feels better. It allows my bishop to come out so I can castle. But I don't think it makes a big if. It's in your territory. Yeah, I can see that. What am I supposed to do with that information, sir? Don't get me wrong. I would kick it out too. But that happens to not work because of bishop h5. But why does that mean that I have to play a poo move that I don't want to do? I don't know. I would go e5, knight c6 every day of the week. Moving on. Yep. Yep. e5 has to be the move. 100% e5. I don't know why yet, but it's e5. Yeah, I do know. Because e5, bishop e5, knight e5, queen e5, knight e4 wins the knight on g5. So if you played e5, I will be very proud of you. If you didn't, I will not. The chess world doesn't like that Anish has social acumen and a girlfriend. Correction, brother. He has a wife with 3 kids. I mean, I don't know if you mean a side chick. I don't know about that. But he definitely doesn't have a girlfriend. He's funny, well-dressed, and can get girls. Yeah, I think it's a fairly good summary of how he stands out. Anish is a bully. So can anyone give me an example when Anish bullied someone? Okay, so e5, brother, yeah? Because your opponent played the move, which looks shit, that seemingly stops it. And I told you this already multiple times and many more to come, that when your opponent stops the move you want to do, you go like, what if I do it anyway? Yeah, I don't know what Chameleon is going on about. So yeah, that's a sad face move. e5 every day of the week. Just to demonstrate, knight e4, queen is on, knight is on, game is on. According to video. What video? Not too polite. Like what? How? When? What? Like, give me a freaking example. Like, you guys are both so freaking vague about something that is very measurable. Like, give me the facts. Give me the facts. Please play e5 next move. I beg you. Thank you. Well, Twitter rage bait. That's like saying that Levy is using clickbait. Like, yeah. Like, are we really living our life on Twitter now? And we're judging one's character about how they tweet? Yeah, well, what? Okay, so this video does not feature Anish, right? It's some butthurt kid who is publishing videos. Yeah, I don't have 9 minutes of my life to watch this. Tell me the summary, please. I did hear about the Danya angle, and I want to know what went down there. Yeah, please type in the AI summary. I'm dying to hear it. Cody, you played the this phase really well. I'm very happy. Yep, very good chess. Very good. I'm very happy with this. Yep. Yep. I think Homeless, it's mostly just the fact that he just can't handle the pressure that a lot of people think that he's not a worthy champion. And so I think he's just trying too hard to prove that he is. Okay, Code, this was brilliant. I love this game for the most part. Very clean, very nice, very everything. Nice. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I've seen this already. Wait, what? What? You played in knight c3? 5-minute timeout. 5-minute timeout. Ah, it's your son. Okay, you can come back from the timeout. Farad, I can't even send people to timeouts anymore. Yeah, but I don't believe in rumors. Like, that would be quite rich if we judge someone's character based on rumors, right? Like, a rumor has it that I'm the most handsome man on the southern hemisphere. So, are we gonna run with that now? Because the rumor is that no one looks as good as me. Yeah, I get you, Code. I get you. Okay, this was just sent to me by a student. I mean, Queen C2 is definitely not the move here. Oh my god, we didn't win this. Here in this game. Oh man. That's actually a good point, Cody. Someone on YouTube is asking, why are you playing your son online instead of over the board? It didn't even occur to me to ask this question, but it's the most obvious question there is. Chameleon, that's again, those are assumptions. And the most butthurt person about that leak was actually Peter Heine, who can't stand Anish in the first place. So I don't consider that to be credible at all. Yeah, this kills me, man. Ooh, man. Somehow we did not win this game with white. Can you guys believe that? Yeah, that's weird as hell to me. Like, everyone who says that they see better on 2D than 3D, I am nothing short of shocked about that. Because your eye, by evolution, is not designed to see things in 2D. You are designed to see things in 3D. So, why you would see things better on 2D than 3D doesn't make sense scientifically. Now, I don't mean to suggest that I know you better than you know yourself, but to me that sounds just outright weird. No, this was OTB. This was actual chess. This was actually chess. It's interesting to note, Cody, that you are hardly getting any Sicilians yet. By the way, I think it's a good time that I'm going to show you Courtney's masterpiece, guys. Because she's present and she deserves to be praised. Yeah, I don't know. I can't wrap my head around that. Like, you're trying to disprove anatomy. Okay, so here we go. Courtney in the white pieces. We are going to forgive her for the London. Because we are nice people. London, why? Just let it slide, Jazz. Every now and then we get to be nice. Yeah, the only reason why that would be the case is because you're not used to OTP. That's the only reason. Yes, that's exactly it. You should be working on a board when you are at home, not on a computer. Okay, so C4, positional blunder, B3, go Courtney. B5, A4. Absolute legend. Absolute legend. This is how you play chess. Takes, takes. Brilliant. What the frick? Do you think I would get better faster if I did analysis on the board instead of a computer? No, what I'm suggesting is that... Well, I don't know what I'm suggesting actually. Because if you want to keep on playing online for the rest of your life, then probably it doesn't make any sense to train on a board. But if you have the desire to play over the board, then you should train on the board. So, Courtney, what move should we have played here? No, that has nothing to do with it, Fullbot. That has absolutely nothing to do with it. As far as I'm aware. Oh, Mr. Bill. Thank you, thank you. Because if that was the case, then you would play exactly at the same level OTP or online, because according to your theory, it's what happens here. And then it doesn't matter what you're staring at. So, you're contradicting yourself, basically. Yes, it is C5 every day of the week. Protected pass pawn, thank you for coming, yeah? Why are we playing his C3? Like, what's the purpose? Listen, but it was a 5-5. Okay, so then C5 is no longer a good move, or what am I supposed to do with that information? I didn't mean to pick a fight with, of all people, you, Courtney, but... Sorry. That doesn't make C5 any less good than C3. Ah! You're talking to Sergeant. No, I don't think he was giving you shit. No, I think you... No. I think, Courtney, you misread his comment. He was not giving you shit. No, I don't stand by anyone giving you shit, but I do genuinely think that his comment was met in good faith. Well, was said in good faith. No one dares to give you shit. I mean, come on, you are the only hottie in the house. Like, even antisocial kings would not try to alienate you here. Come on. Wait, what? Rook A4 is on, yeah? Why does Courtney get a special treatment? Well, I mean, have you checked the part where you said Courtney as opposed to Stephen, John, Peter, and all those? That's the first hint. The second hint is, I don't know what you mean by special treatment. I don't know. Oh, ACPC, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are a very, very kind man. Please chuck a subscription to my videos, leave comments everywhere, and send me love, basically, yeah. Chameleon Eyes, the reason why it's that is because if you are a coach of any kind and you have got 12 students or 2 or 200 and you teach any 2 the same way, that's the first sign that you're doing something incorrectly in my book. There is no such thing as a good teaching style. What exists, however, in my book is a good chemistry between student and coach, and it's mostly the coach's job to find the right tone to get to the student. I didn't think I would need to explain this, but here we are, so I am. And so I try to do my best, especially in the first couple of occasions when I coach people, to see how they respond to certain things, and I adjust my coaching style to what I think they need. Also, what you don't know is that I do talk to these people outside of stream a fair bit, especially to Cody. So you don't necessarily understand the rapport that I have established with him or with Courtney in conversations that you are absolutely not privy of. But yes, the general concept is that I don't like to teach people the same way. There is a generic, direction of how I like to go about business, but that still allows me a lot of legroom and flexibility to adjust within reason. Yeah, it's a shame that we didn't take A4, but now it's gonna fall again. Imagine if I said to Courtney that this is a very, very low T chess that she's playing. Like, doesn't quite work, does it? Besides, it's pretty high T. Fucking hell, this is brilliant. Wait, isn't knight c6 a... Oh, Madonna! What did you miss here, lovely lady? What did you miss here? Queen trap of the year. Mr. Bill, have you sent me a game? Yep, I shall. That's next. Congrats, by the way, on 23 hundo. Cody needs the rod. I don't know if I was going to use that figure of speech, but yes. Yes and no, Courtney. So after Queen E8, we are not going here because that's an embarrassment. Where do we go instead? Actually, nah, that wins too. But obviously knight d6 already takes all squares away from the queen, right? The reason why knight c7 also works is because it only allows queen c8, which then gets checked down. But yeah, that was a big fat miss. Big fat miss. Now the endgame technique needs to come to the fore. Nice. Nice. What the frick? Wong Chokerong Kong. Is that Korean? I would say that's Korean. A Kwong would be. Kong is not so. Maybe it's Chinese. Wow, it's the bald dude I see on Insta. Jesus wept, man. Like, that is the worst insult you could have given me, that you know me from Instagram. Get the hell onto my YouTube channel right now. I don't even do my Instagram, man. Like, I have an account which is completely in someone else's hands. So, if they post their nudes of me, I wouldn't know. That was glorious. It's a cool nickname. I see. So you're not Asian. Courtney, I was going to give you a 9.5 out of 10, but because of you missed the most beautiful checkmate with the pawn, and instead we went for the lame one, it's a 9 out of 10. Holy heck, that was beautiful. That was absolutely fantastic. Bold. With an O. Yes, of course. They all mean that. They always mean that. Was there another CM without the pawn? Checkmate, I guess you mean by CM. That's the first time I hear that being referred to as such. No, I don't think so. Not that I can see. No, I don't think so. But why would you look for a different mate other than this? Since when was this not good enough? Coach, thoughts on the Turkish kid that lit up Tara Steel? Are we talking about Erdogmus? I really like his chess. I'm a bit concerned about his general mannerism over the board. Like, he looked like he had some nerve issues in one of his games that I saw a video of. That genuinely made me concerned. But his chess is absolute fire. Yeah, you're right, Homeless, but who would want to do that? No, Ding Liren has no nerve issues whatsoever. If anything, Ding Liren is the epitome of someone who has no nerve issues whatsoever. Thanks for the Uncle Roger recommendation. Alright, chess with Mr. Beale from Nepal. I don't like playing e6 against the London, but that's my personal thing. So I will let that slide. Okay, yeah. Yeah, nah. By the way, best move according to the engine for white right here. Pawn h4. I'm not joking. No, he did win that game, but his excitement / his nerves were making him do some body movement that was really, really not cool. Like his kind of uncontrollable movement over the board. It looked concerning. Especially at such a young age. You should be in 120% control of your body and your nerves. Okay, so c3 played, bishop d6, yep. There's absolutely nothing that I like about this setup for black. Like, not one thing. If someone asked me what not to play against the London, I would tell them this. But I don't want to diss you too hard, buddy, because I'm very happy for your win. But yeah, you get a knight in your face on e5, and it's so difficult to make sense of your pieces. Yeah, Gukesh is very, very calm indeed. But most players are pretty good at it. It just stood out to me because I looked at the video and I'm like, whoa, man, that's dicey. Yeah, e4 was probably not the right time here, I think, because there are all kinds of pieces coming off and black will easily equalize here. In fact, might even get better. Yeah, queen c6 was absolutely imperative here to stop c5. Yeah, I like now black. I really do. But I feel like we were helped a lot in this game. Bluebaum winning the candidates. Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise, but I'm happy for him. Yeah, Mr. Bill, I can tell because what you're playing against it is really, really not good. Don't do this nonsense. Come on, Gertie Club champion. You excel at a lot of things. Alright, so let's see. Again, I don't know why, but CD would be probably the last move I would play here. But this is 100% a matter of taste, rather than objective evaluation, because I think objectively all three are equal. I'm curious, Homeless, what would you take back with here? For the record, I would take queen. And then c5 next. Well, I mean, everything is good, but what you did was incredibly passive. So, if you play with e6, the best thing to do is to play for bishop d6 as early as possible. And combine it with c5, knight c6, and contest the e5 square very early on. Well, you are still good at both of these things, Tindy. Don't be overly false humble. Yeah, just bishop d6, man. Just play it. c5, knight c6, and pretend like you know where the center of the board is. Because what you did here is like center repellent is what you have taken for the game. Yeah, okay, I'm glad that we are in the same boat then, Homeless. Yeah, I would have taken queen too, but objectively speaking, it's all the same value. But this changes the structure. Okay, this makes absolutely... I wanted to say no sense, but I will change my mind about that. But to me, the best reason to change the structure like this is to play for a minority attack with b5, b4. Or b5, d5, b4 at the right time. I don't like rook e8. Oh, man. This is how we beat a 2300 rated player in Rapid. They play rook e2. Yeah, exactly. So the pawn take has the advantage of putting the minority attack on the map. Which is apparently nowhere to be seen. That's a yes and no, Philin, because if you take with the rook, then you disconnect the queen from the c pawn. So if I now play something like queen c4, then c5 is a lot harder to carry out. Whereas after queen takes, the queen is still pinned, and the queen is supporting the c5 break. So that's a bit sloppy observation there. Yep, this is very good. This is very good. Okay. Yep, realize that we blundered the pawn. Finally, dude. Finally. It was the mighty time to send it. I would have started it with e4. And then f4, f3 or e3, but it shouldn't make a big difference. That's wrong, rook, because you want to ensure that you can play e4. I think. Yeah, now this is why you needed to play e4. So you sprinkled in here still a fair few inaccuracies. e4 would have been a lot better because then f4 is not stoppable. You went the other way around. The Playful Bot game submissions happen via my ChessCom account. And those are the conditions. Yeah, it still got topsy-turvy, man. Oh, yeah, I totally get it, Homeless, and I'm with you. Like, if I'm playing down, CD every day of the week, for sure. Yeah, I agree, because that's your only move that allows you to play for a win. Yeah, good work. Oh, Mr. Super Itali from Turkey? Is my friend from Turkey? I think he's Turkish. Mr. Bill, that was an 88.7 with 0 mistakes, 0 misses, 0 blunders. Good job. Good job. Mr. Super, how are you going? Yeah, good. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you told me this Iraqi connection. That's right. I forgot that. Yeah, I occasionally do play bullet, but I shouldn't be. It's just when I want to do something brain dead for 2 minutes is when I do that. But I despise bullet entirely. I see Mr. Businessman. Is that an answer to me or to Mr. Bill? Like, what? What have I missed? Remember, Mr. Ali, that your rating doesn't define who you are. Yeah, you can play the kid setups too, by the way. They are also very solid and quite unique in character. So you can certainly play some kind of kid setup like this. And then Queen E8 is often played here. Erdog was next. Only if you stop donating to me like your freaking life depended on it. And then E5 next. It will have to be next because I need to go now. But on that note, because you now just threw money in my face, which is way too generous. D4, I know who you are.
Thank you.
So I very quickly am going to have a look at Tindy. Thank you, Courtney. You are the best. Okay, nice win against Premeditationem Alamarum. Okay, misread that name, sorry. Alright, we're going to burn Tindy a little bit. But this is how we're going to call it a day on the stream. Holy shit. We're going to have a look at one of his moderns where he was not... Fuck. Where he was less successful with the modern than we would have liked it to be the case. So Tindy in the black trunks, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, rating is irrelevant. Mr. Tindy, is there a possibility that we live in a world where you don't know that knight takes e4 is the move here? If you are struggling with fear, buddy, that is going to chain you down for good. Let go of that shit right now. No one ever cares about rating, especially not below like 1500. Rating means absolutely nothing. Like literal nothing. So crossing 1000, like it may feel like a major milestone. No one cares. Like in my eyes, and I am saying it with the most respect, there is absolutely zero difference between 870 and 1210. It's the exact same range. So put your goal, if you insist on making a numeric goal, which I would also advise against. But if you want to have a numeric goal, set it on like 1600. And all of a sudden your drums about 1000 are going to evaporate. Okay, Tindy, did you answer me? First of all, I don't give a single toss about the comp. Second of all, best move by the comp. Mr. Beal, I would love to see that too, but save it for the next stream. Every single coordinate you typed in Tindy is wrong. Like, that's a masterpiece, brother. The idea is that this is hanging, so bishop takes e7 is not doable. Actually, no, bishop e7 was correctly typed. You just messed up the other 5 moves you typed in. Like, this is never good. Like, there is no world in the Piet's modern land where you don't hit this with something very hard. Now it's actually knight e4. But c5 appeals to me too. Take queen a5 is typically what you want to do. But I don't know if in this point in time this is playable, because I'm a bit scared that we're gonna get gutted here. So maybe just be conservative and take e4. Am I coming tomorrow? What she said. Don't know yet. Don't know yet. I don't want to commit, but it's not impossible. Okay, send it. b5. Yeah, b4. Send it. Queen a5, good too. I think I would have preferred queen a5. I will let this slide. So, if you play bishop g4, then it makes a lot of sense to me to put this knight on d7 to put e5 break on the map. No, it's an online game. Maybe. But I still am big queen, team queen a5 first, and then we'll take it from there. Fuck. Okay, this makes no sense. Like, what are you hoping to do once the bishop drops back? Was it played? No, it wasn't. Like, now I feel like we have so many good moves. Like, take knight h5 is jumping at me. Taking care of h5, and now you can just continue building up here. Queen a5, b4, c5. Go, go, go. This looks like a chess game now. I like black actually here. That's the most obvious one, especially having played bishop g4. Because now you're also risking that they're just going to move the knight away, and this bishop is a bit ridiculous. Instead, they choose to lose the game. That's fine. Yeah. Wow. Knight d1 when they could play knight e4. What a Chad. Now I don't feel the need to take this because your bishop can come back here and be a pest here, right? So again, attack was the name of the game. Go, go, go. You play this very, very low T. No, you are wrong, Sergeant. There is a very, very big difference between 1600 and 600. A 1600 would beat up a 600 about 90 times out of 100 games. That's a big difference. Yeah, this got ugly, man. That to be knight h5 to block off the h-file. I don't know why we didn't do that. Why did you go d7, bro? Like, aren't you just gonna get absolutely slaughtered here? Is this some time issue? Fuck, you had 6 minutes when you played knight d7. Working too much, yeah. Dude, I feel like you would need so little work to make this opening a real weapon for you. And now we walked into knight g4 just when things were beginning to look good. Didn't you say, Tindy, that you were gearing up for a OTP, by the way? Thank you, YT. Mind skill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? You're kidding me. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that was very random. Queen f5, rook g8 maybe. But queen f5 is my favorite move here. Oof. Yuck. Alright, that was out of form indeed, Tindy. I was out of form, but I really hope that by the time the OTB comes around, you are going to be slaying. Is that in Sydney? It does look like the New Holland, yes. I'll give you a review. Yes, I would assume so. Queensland. Okay, whereabouts? 74 to 67. Opponent made 3 mistakes and 8 misses. 4 outs from Brizzy, 9 outs from Sydney. Jesus, wet man. What, are you playing in Papua New Guinea or what? Like, dude, there are tournaments in Sydney every week. And you need to pack food for 2 weeks for that journey. What are you doing, man? The prep for Tindy is mostly going to be just a few calculation exercises and tidying up his openings here and there. Yeah. Alright, folks, I'm gonna call it a day about here. Who are we raiding today? Can I raid Ben back? No, I cannot. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Back to Albert Park. I don't know who that is. Speed chess. Cheers, everyone. We will raid the general because I don't know anyone else. Oh, F1 Melbourne. Fair enough. Have a good one, folks. Take care. Love you all.